guys. Oh, that sounds like shit. What the fuck was that? I'm just gonna leave now. Christ. Shit. I didn't feel like I could do my material and everyone's just gonna be like, what the fuck is wrong with her? It's like that moment in Outbreak when the guy, I'm dating the fuck out of myself now, when the guy sneezes and you see the spit go through the movie theater and then everybody in the town dies. Good times, right? Everyone's like, what the fuck is she talking about? It's a movie from the 90s. But you were born in the 90s, weren't you?
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah, okay. Yes, it's true. Thank you. He speaks for the audience. Fine. Oh, man. Man, did you guys know that this week they had, I hate all these, like, national whatever the fuck days, right? Like, this week you had National Siblings Day. Did anybody celebrate that stupid fucking holiday? What a piece of shit. How do you celebrate? I got 2 dead siblings. How the fuck do I celebrate that? I have 2 dead siblings. So I have a sister I don't talk to, so I text messaged my 2 brothers, and I was like, hey, happy National Siblings Day. 2 down, 3 to go. How else do you handle that? I was like, all right. I think we need to have, like, really good national days. Like, National Punch Somebody in the fucking Face Day. Like, I think that should be a thing, right? Like, I mean, like, kind of like The Purge, but not so serious. You know, like, just kind of bring it down a few levels. Because think about it. Like, and I don't think it should be just, like, you can punch whoever you want. Like, just, like, you're running around punching, like, random homeless people because they're savage. I mean, like, it should have, I'm losing you on this one, that's fine. I think it should be, like, if someone you have a vendetta against, you know? And think about it. Like, everybody you know, including yourself, is going to get knocked out. Like, because everybody is a monster to somebody. You know, it's just like, think about, I don't know, maybe you have a friend like Mary, and everyone's like, Mary's the nicest person ever. We love Mary. And maybe Mary just, like, hates Asians or something. And you see Mary walking down the street, like, I'm having a good day, nobody's gonna, and, like, 3 old Asian ladies just fucking, like, sneak attack. One of them punches her in the back of the head. It'll be a good time. All right, you guys are not into violence. Good to know. Oh. Any vegans in here? All right, and now she speaks for the room. That's fine. Just moving from table to table. Oh my God, vegans are the fucking worst, aren't they? Aren't they literally like the worst people who've ever fucking lived? I mean, like they were like Nazis and stuff, so maybe there's some worse. Like, but just a lot of like very brunch white women are pretty fucking terrible too. Like, vegans, I feel like every time I've ever met a vegan, it's literally in the middle of me trying to eat like a cheeseburger or a steak. Which is like, them just sitting there and they'll see me across the room and they'll come over and they can't walk over because they don't eat protein so they have no energy. So they like army crawl over to my table and then they come and they like prop themselves up and they're like, ah, it took all day to get here. And they're like, excuse me, do you have any idea how that animal was like murdered? And you're like, oh. And it's always like a tiny little white woman named Ashley or some shit, right? And you're like, yeah, Ashley, I do. They take the cow, they hang it upside down, they slit its throat, the blood comes out slowly, and then I have a cheeseburger. Please get out of my fucking face, right? And then they always come at me with this kind of shit, like, aren't you concerned about the things you put in your body? Ashley, do I look like I have ever been concerned about the things I put in my body? Like, really? Guys, all of the dicks and all of the donuts, okay? You get a big enough dick, you can take those donuts and you can probably ring toss, and then you snack, right? It's a good time. Depends on the dick size, depends on where you have to get the donuts. A little dick, you go like some Entenmann's, like bullshit donuts. You know, you got a big dick, you gotta go down to Donut Plant, get those like big fucking whole donuts, right? You know what I'm talking about. It's good. I own 3 cats. Yeah. No, that's fine. That deserves no reaction at all. Because 3 cats is kind of like having 3 kids. It is not a decision you make. It is a situation you find yourself in. Okay? 2 kids, 2 cats, that is a decision you make. I don't know what's going on with that. Because what happens is you have like 1 kid, 1 cat, and you kind of like, and what happens? You're like, ah, fuck. I don't want to really pay attention to this thing all the time. I'm going to give it someone else to hang out with. And that's how you get the 2nd kid, the 2nd cat, right? But that 3rd one, it just kind of fucking comes out of nowhere and you're like, motherfucker! 1 kid, 1 cat, completely separate situation. So 1 kid is because kids are expensive. Fuck that, I'll have the 1 kid. It'll grow up to be a sociopath. Fine. One cat, it's like, that cat is just, you know, it's just gonna, because that person is a fucking lunatic, and it's just like, where are you going, Bubbles? Come back, be my friend! Fuck, oh, I turned 42 recently. I like talking about my age because fat don't crack. Just kind of like bounces the wrinkles right out of your face, you know? And the only time I don't like telling people I'm in my 40s is when I'm around teenagers. Right? Teenagers are fucking terrible people, right? Right? I feel like everybody, like we would get rid of teenagers if we could, but then they become regular people. Like we were all teenagers once when we made it. But I really don't, like I had so I had to go into a Hot Topic recently. I mean, okay, fine. I did not have to go into a Hot Topic. Like, clearly I shop at Hot Topic. Like I don't know if you saw the back of my sweater. Like I shop at Hot Topic. It's fine. I mean, they have everything I need, like Lilo and Stitch and, you know, like My Chemical Romance. So I was like, all right, we're good. But I'm in there, and the girl in the cashier, she's like, do you want to get like coupons? I was like, sure. She's taking my information. She gets the birthday. January 20th, year 1977. And her face became like, I literally, like I was cheese that had turned bad in front of her fucking eyes. That's like my mom's age. Like, fuck you, Violet, or whatever your name is. Like I'm clearly old enough to have a teenager, fine, but I don't need to hear it from the cashier at fucking Hot Topic, right? Nightmare that was. No, it's 42 though, it's a good age. I'm finally middle-aged. I find it's because I don't plan on making it past 84, right? Like that's, my girlfriends hate that joke. They're just kind of like, we're not middle-aged. And I'm like, because most people think middle-aged is what, like 50, right? But I don't know, like you're like, what are you, like 23? You're like, I'm doing great at life, I'm killing it. Fuck you, you old fat bitch, you know? Now she's embarrassed. Oh no, I was thinking that. No, I don't know, like people think middle-aged is 50. I don't plan on making it to my fucking hundreds, right? Like, have you ever watched the news when they pull out some old lady who's turned like 105? It's a nightmare. They're like, and now we're gonna say happy birthday to Mrs. Wilson. Come on, and they'll wheel her out, but then they make her walk to her cake, and she's just this like old decrepit, like she's so old she's gone blind, and not because she like has gone blind, but because she's so old the wrinkles have shoved her fucking eyes shut. She can't. She's just like, where I can't. She looks like a newborn puppy, just stumbling around. Right? She's like, where's the cake? She puts her fucking hand into it, and you're like, oh, nobody can eat that anymore. I don't want to get to that point, right? That's what I'm saying, 84. I don't care what's happening in my life. I don't care if I'm like killing it at bingo, you know? I'm sitting there with like 8 cards. It's like, yeah, this is fucking great. And then somebody shows up and they're like, time to go. And I'm like, what? I'm not ready. And it's like, shut the fuck up. No, but I'm not ready. You shut the fuck up and get the ground, Nana. You know? I don't have kids, that's gross. No, I used to be on the fence about having kids, then I got on the pill. It's a better situation. I actually had a pregnancy scare last year, and I know what you're all thinking at your age. It's more of a miracle, less of a scare. And that's fair. But I had a pregnancy scare in literally the weirdest way you could have one. I got a letter in the mail from CVS. That's not how, first off, I should not be getting a letter in the mail about this pregnancy scare. Dear Samantha, your birth control has been recalled. Oh, go on. And also, like, I can't get a fucking text message or something. I gotta get this in the mail. I could get this like 2 weeks later and be knocked up for all I know. I'm reading this letter. There are some new developments and side effects with your birth control, including unplanned pregnancies. Guys, that is not a fucking side effect, that's a defect, right? Nobody was more excited about this than all of my girlfriends who have kids, right? Because they were all like, oh my god, it's so exciting, you're gonna have a baby. Aren't you excited to have a baby? And I was like, no. Who is that exciting for? Like, all of my girlfriends had kids naturally, which means that, like, they, you know, like, they blew up their vagina. I don't want that in my life. 27 years old, one of my friends laughed and they're like, ah.